Did God reject his people? May it never be, for I also am an Israelite, a descendant of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. God didn't reject his people, whom he foreknew. Or don't you know what the scripture says about Elijah? How he pleads with God against Israel. Lord, they have killed your prophets, they have broken down your altars. I am left alone, and they seek my life. But how does God answer him? I have reserved for myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to Baal. Even so too at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then it is no longer of works. Otherwise grace is no longer grace. But if it is of works, it is no longer grace. Otherwise work is no longer work. What then? That which Israel seeks for, that he didn't obtain. But the chosen ones obtained it, and the rest were hardened, according as it is written. God gave them a spirit of stupor, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, to this very day. David says, let their table be made a snare, a trap, a stumbling block, and a retribution to them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see. Always keep their backs bent. I asked then, did they stumble that they might fall? May it never be. But by their fall salvation has come to the Gentiles, to provoke them to jealousy. Now if their fall is the riches of the world, and their loss the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness? For I speak to you who are Gentiles, since then as I am an apostle to Gentiles, I glorify my ministry, if by any means I may provoke to jealousy those who are my flesh, and may save some of them. For if the rejection of them is the reconciling of the world, what would their acceptance be but life from the dead? If the first fruit is holy, so is the lump. If the root is holy, so are the branches. But if some of the branches were broken off, and you being a wild olive were grafted in among them, and became partaker with them of the root and of the richness of the olive tree. Don't boast over the branches, but if you boast, remember that it is not you who support the root, but the root supports you. You will say, then branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. True, by their unbelief they were broken off, and you stand by your faith. Don't be conceited, but fear. For if God didn't spare the natural branches, neither will he spare you. See then the goodness and severity of God toward those who fell. Severity, but toward you goodness, if you continue in his goodness. Otherwise you also will be cut off. They also, if they don't continue in their unbelief, will be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again. For if you were cut out of that which is by nature a wild olive tree, and were grafted